Hello and welcome to my video. Today what we're going to do is we're going to go visit a mansion and we're going to hopefully find some Allays and ideally also the Vex trim. The main one though that I'm most concerned with is the Allays because I want to complete this farm. I have a honeycomb farm that I would like to automate, and I would like the basically so that I don't have to go run in with the bees and grab the honeycombs, and also the pitcher plants and torch flowers. I also don't like the fact that those, just sort of get ejected and the sniffers dig them up, and then I might not be there to get them, and so they despawn. So the goal is to have the Allays do that work for me. Now, I will say, I filmed my entire mansion, and I don't know what it is with my recording tech that I'm using, but it just did not record any of the audio. It recorded the in-game audio, but it did not record, for whatever reason, my mic audio, which is very upsetting because it was like an hour and a half of footage or something, and basically me exploring a mansion and then grabbing the Allays and walking back home. So that was a little upsetting, to say the least. So I will be providing a voiceover for those sections. Yeah, that's it. Anyways, let's head off to a mansion, and I hope you enjoy my voiceover. Okay, so here you can see me pulling out my Woodland Explorer map. So I had originally gotten this map in November of 2022 from a cartographer, and so here's that footage, which again I've been hoarding for years. I've stopped doing that, terrible habit. And here's me helping a villager. And this is what the original map looks like. Now, in the present day, here it is, you can see on the left that I have a new Woodland Explorer map, and that is because I duplicated the original map and then just zoomed it out as much as possible so that it would fit on that. So the Woodland Mansion is going to be northeast of my base, and the flower house is the furthest, like the most northeast point, and so that's where I'm going to go. So here I am running down my tunnel. So beautiful as always. Oh, here I was talking about how I had netherrack there for the longest time for whatever reason, and so I just have this muscle memory of jumping over that netherrack. All right, so here we go. Here, for some reason I brought it with me. There we go, that's the right map. So we are gonna start flying now. There's the right direction. And off we go to the Woodland Mansion. Oh, sick. Check out this dope-ass swamp with a massive hole in the ground. It's a little mine shaft also. Hold on. Let me walk over to the mine shaft. Wow. Cool. A mine shaft. I have to go probably check that out at some point. But anyways, cool swamp with a hole. Anyways, at this point I had moved up further up the map, off the map I guess, and I've maxed it out as usual. And we continue. Now this is over birch. Oh, and here I'm glad that I pulled out my mansion map because you can see that I was actually a little bit on the right, y-axis. And here we have a mushroom farm. Mushroom farm. What am I saying? A mushroom island. There we go. Alright, now we're back off the map. Time to make a new map. I find it interesting that the mushroom biome is purple. I mean, I don't know what other color you'd make it, but I just think that's kind of interesting. Oh yeah, and then I went back to fill in the map because I overshot it. And here's a sped up thing because it's kind of fun to watch it get filled in all sped up. And you can also see I'm terrible at flying in a straight line. Anyways, here we are just about lined up. I also distinctly remember saying how much you want to bet there's an ancient city under there, because for some reason they keep putting the ancient cities underneath mountains. I don't know why they decided on that generation, but it is what it is. And as you can see, just as the night is falling, I am right about there. You go. There's the mansion. Look how beautiful it is. Also, right beside a jungle biome. And at this point, it should have clicked in my brain that, hey, there's a new update literally right beside the, what is it called? The dark forest biome. There is the pale garden, and I do not know why, because I went in 1.21.1. I forgot to upgrade it. So we're going to have to do that next episode and go up to 121.4. Anyways, here is me now going into the mansion. And wasn't sure whether to go left or right, so I decided to go counterclockwise, sorry, so go right then left. And my main strategy was to just put a torch somewhere near the entrance so I knew I'd been in there. So that was kind of an interesting room. Oh, and I was hearing the bad boys. Oh, and you can see the little Allays in there, but I don't actually know if I saw them. Oh, I remember being surprised at how hard they hit. God damn. Oh yeah, my shield was disabled. So yeah, that's where the Allays are. But again, I don't even know if I actually saw them. I might have. I can't remember. But that's where they are, and I shall return later to go get them. I was also hearing what I thought was a villager, but I wasn't sure. Alright, time to go up this suspicious set of stairs. I remember being very bamboozled and thought that whoever designed it, you know, whatever developer came up with this design must have been very proud of themselves. And there's a chest, and I distinctly remember being very disappointed in the loot. And also going back and deciding to destroy all the chests that I get. Yeah. And also taking back all my torches. So, very weird little area there. But off we go to a new one. Oh, there's a skeleton. Which for some reason I do not use my shield. Whenever confronted with skeletons. Couldn't see if there's anyone in there, so I decided to just sort of hop in. Didn't know what to make of this room. Thought it was strange. As there are a lot of strange things in the Woodland Mansion. This one, I knew that these existed, but it was still surprising to come across it in the wild, I suppose. And I was right, there was a creeper and a skeleton. Oh yeah, I remember being very stressed out about the creepers and not wanting to accidentally explode the mansion. I mean, there's people who literally destroy mansions to get chests, but I can't relate to that life. Oh yeah, and then I also had seen a game theory video like a long time ago and remembered that there was lapis lazuli somewhere in there, and I was like, is that real? Is that still there? Turns out it is. Kind of interesting. And so that's kind of like I would love to know what the lore implications are with this sort of thing. I also remember being quite distracted with the sheer amount of mob noises. Alright, on to another room. This was just a little flower room. Nothing too crazy here. And that was pretty much that side. And then I went in here, and yes, I went and opened every single chest. I did not show it on camera, though, because that would be a waste of time. And oh my gosh, that one jump scared me, I remember. Didn't see that one coming at all. Yeah, so I checked all of them. Nothing. Of course. Nothing in there, and let's continue down the hallway. I remember seeing like these big like walls and knowing that there are secret rooms. This was not a secret room, this was the outside. But I remember not really knowing what, where the secret rooms are. Here is a similar room to the first one that I went into. Very strange. Do not know what to make of it. This I actually thought was a trap that was going to explode. I remember being like, I see redstone. That's not a good sign. And so I stood kind of far back. No explosion. But what was very interesting about this particular room is that I had never even thought about setting up the redstone like that. So I actually learned something new and interesting. Was how to do a double redstone door. Although I would probably put that redstone underneath rather than at the back like that. I still learned something new, which is kind of cool. A flower room, and then more chests. I did not open every single chest this time. Maybe that was a mistake. I don't know. But I thought the design was kind of cool. A little impractical, but cool. I am a sniper at heart. Oh. You grab one of those guys. Noticing there's stairs, and then hoping for a chest, but no chest, just melons. Again, very interesting setups they have. Wow. Oh, there we go. I'm simultaneously very good and very bad. Oof. Oh, these I find really interesting from a lore standpoint, because these are in the ancient cities. There's like piles of wool, the same shades of wool, and so, Steve is the same shade of wool, has the same colors, as do the zombies. So there's a lot of interesting lore implications, and rooms like these with this random anvil and the lava and stuff are very strange. But, fun to explore. Here's another one. Didn't really understand the high chair situation. Or why that's set up like that. Oh, this was another, hey, are there rooms? Just double checking. That was a different room that I'd already gone to. I heard the spider and I was still like, where is everything? Yeah, so that was just the other side of that I had seen. This one threw me off, and that's when I realized, oh, they're the Allays. So yeah, I don't think I actually saw them initially, but at this point I knew where they were. Anyways, up here we are going up the stairs. Very dark. Felt like I was walking into some sort of trap. I decided to go counterclockwise this time. Interesting kind of library room. Nothing here, but just checking to see if there's any chests, but I didn't see anything. Mostly just wandering around going, why does this look like that? I could hear them very prominently through this wall, so... Oh, there I accidentally started a fight. I decided, you know what, might as well kill them here. Rather than, you know, I'll come back later and get their remains. This was, oh, I remember liking the chandelier. Thought that was kind of a cool design. That, again, I was like, well, that's a trap. Turns out that that's how you get to the 3rd floor, but I remember being very suspicious of it and not wanting to go up there. Little library, map, little map room, that's kind of cool. Oh, and here's a fighting ring with creepers in it. And this reminded me a little bit of, like, the... I don't know why, it made me think of the libraries in the Stronghold. Oh, discs that I already have. Can never have too much iron. Can never have too much gunpowder. Or little Scooby snacks. So I have one of those. Yeah, and then... There we go, destroying it. Yeah, I don't know why they built those rings, but I think it'd be fun to, you know, put mobs in a thing. Oh yeah, here's my first Vex encounter. I remember just being very surprised at how hard these guys hit. And they're very hard to catch. Although I will say I do love the new Vex design. I prefer it a lot compared to the original. Oh yeah, I was like, stop. I was like, give me the old fighting mechanics where you can just spam click. You never know where they're gonna come out. Oh, there's... But yeah, the Vex design is definitely an improvement. I do not know if that is a popular opinion, but it is my opinion. Oh yeah, here I was noting how interesting it was that they have these kind of mock beds and like mock chairs and tables that are kind of similar to the villagers and yet completely different. And then I decided, all right, it's time to go upstairs, up to the 3rd floor. Or did I? Nope, never mind. I still had things to check out. Including the other... Oh, that other map room. Never mind. Where I had killed the... these guys. So this had been the room that I had seen and heard them in earlier. Oh, and here there was just a ton of mobs all of a sudden. It really threw me off. There's just so many of them. I definitely took the far away approach, because that's generally how I approach things. Oh, accidentally hit a Vex. Couldn't see it. Couldn't see the illusioner, so I just... ran in at that point. Kind of interesting that there's a master bed there like that. And here I just got kind of super antagonized by the Vex. I was not expecting so many of them. They really hit hard, which I found surprising. This, I, once again, as usual, thought it was some sort of trap. It wasn't, obviously. There's nothing there. But I didn't know that when I was checking it out. You know, I'm not sure. So I was like, oh, okay, that's where that weird room was. Although I never went back to fix that one hole. Also, it's good that I had properly explored this room because I had not even seen this. And there's my Vex trim. So I would have totally missed the Vex trim if I hadn't gone inside to check it out and then turned around and seen this little loft area. So there you go, Vex trim. Very happy with that. Another little Scooby snack. I do like the decor. I remember enjoying that because I actually also have a tulip in a pot in my base, like right beside my bed. So there I was for the Vex trim. I was hoping to find another one, but I don't think I did in the end. Well, I know I didn't, but spoilers, sorry. Here I was going up, hoping for another Vex trim, but as you'll shortly see, kind of lame loot. Honestly, I was pretty surprised at how, like, boring the loot was. I really thought that there would be more interesting stuff in here, but oh well. Like, there's just so much rotten flesh and whatnot, which I guess could be interesting from, again, a lore standpoint, but I don't know. Anyways, upstairs we finally go. Immediately, an illusioner. One of those. 15 million Vex. Immediately overwhelmed despite wearing full netherite armor. With fully enchanted netherite armor. I just got so overwhelmed I had to run away. And I was like, damn, these really hit hard, don't they? And the Vex were very annoying. Yeah, they're definitely annoying to fight. And so it was a struggle. It was a big struggle. And here I am sharing that struggle, running away, having some cod. I don't know why I didn't switch to beef. Like, these guys hit really hard for being these teeny tiny little ghosts. It's crazy. Oh yeah, there's me completely missing. Oops, didn't mean to do that. It's such a struggle for some reason. Oh yeah, and then I resorted to the golden apple, which was kind of embarrassing to just be in a mansion and needing an apple. I mean, people go in there and iron armor no problem all the time, so just goes to show I am not the greatest Minecraft player. But I mean, nobody was claiming that. Neither was I. I was not claiming that for certain. Oh my god, these guys just did not leave me alone. It was so annoying. Also, terrible aim, as you can see. Oh, that guy didn't notice me again. I was very good at killing creepers. I didn't want anything to be destroyed, because I think the mansions are really cool. Again, those living quarters. I wonder, stupid question, but I wonder if the number of beds corresponds to the number of, like, mobs. Not mobs, like the pillagers. Or illagers, I guess. I did not check the chicken for a brain. I thought it was very strange that there was a chicken, but I knew that these guys were, I knew that they were there, and so it was odd but unsurprising. And then here was the last room. Was this thing which I took out with a bow, which I was glad. Didn't really, no Vexes were spawned. And there you go. There you have it. That is me exploring the mansion. Oh yeah, that surprised me. And I could still hear these guys. I didn't know where they were. And then I realized that it was coming from there. So, those are my last two pillagers in the mansion. Kind of an interesting, I don't know why there's this pillar here, but... again, checking for secret rooms and then realizing, oh, this is just an easier way to walk out. So, that's what I did. Anyways, back to here. It is now time to get Allays. I remember thinking it is not a good sign that they get stuck in cauldrons, apparently. So, note to self, don't include cauldrons anywhere. Because I had to free it. Yep, definitely got stuck. And then I just went in on all of the different cells and just gave them fish because that's what I had on hand, and also I I don't know. That's what I had on hand. Well, there's me just observing them and just being like, are they gonna follow me? I don't know. Oh yeah, here I was not having a lot of faith in the Allays. They're just floating around me and kind of going far away, you know, which is not great for other mobs. But with these guys, it's not so bad because if you walk away, eventually they will see they do follow you, so that's good. Oh yeah, and here I was having fun watching them get kind of slingshotted back to me. Also, I did not realize it, but I had actually left an alley behind, unfortunately. So I did go back to the mansion later. And here it is, my lovely journey back. Oh yeah, I got all stuck in my boat. Oh, once again, stuck in the boat. Yeah, this was the annoying part of this process, was having to walk with the Allays. You can't fly. So I tested it to see, and immediately they were just gone. So I landed here and then waited a little bit. Started to walk back because I was getting concerned, and then look at them all flying. That was definitely not all of them, and I was like, oh, I guess I could breed some more. But I also didn't like that idea, and so I had waited for the others to follow, so they had all caught up to me. Oh, and there they are again, out of my render distance, so you can't really fly with the Allays. You gotta just wait for them to all follow you and show up. Oh yeah, and at this point I remembered they have little magical giggles. So I turned my sounds on so I could hear them. Are they delightful? Little magical giggling. Oh yeah, I realized this was from a very, very early episode where I think it was the one where I was getting bunnies and I had tied a bunny up here. And I had totally forgotten about that. And like this area of the map I just never go to. So I'm glad I had that little waypoint. And then you can see another lovely netherrack tower. And finally I made it back to my flower forest, and this is essentially just me wrangling the Allays to the best of my abilities. Oh yeah, and then realizing that they were entering the house through the holes because I had harvested these for my what's it called? For the tunnel. I had harvested from my house because I was very slow at getting honeycombs. And so this was mainly just a huge struggle, just trying to get them into the house so that I could gain a little bit more control over them. And so here's just a little bit of footage of me struggling, just trying to figure it out. Also, they pushed a parrot away at one point, and I had to spend a bunch of time putting the parrot back, but yeah, it was a little chaotic. Anyways, I eventually got a bunch of them to follow me, and so we went into the enclosure with the sniffers. And that wasn't too complicated. They all followed me in. Where's that last one? Oh, there we go. So they were all in here, which was nice. And then I started to get the other ones. Oh, and you can hear my the little toot from the jukebox. Because that's how I was going to program the Allays. It was so hard to get them to come in. And I was very stressed out that the bees would fly out. But they were successfully programmed. This one was not willing to come in, so I had to use a lead to finally pull it in. Although it's really dumb because I could have just given it a honeycomb and then it would have come in to get the honeycombs. But anyways, here is me just first of all you have to clear your hand to remove the items. And so I freed them from the flesh and gave them honeycombs. See the alley grabbing the honeycombs and throwing it in. And it was good that I had put the mud. So that's it. That's depressing. My app crashed while I was in the middle of filming, so that sucks. Anyways, okay, well, what I did nothing really of consequence happened. Basically, I just meandered in my little flower forest, I don't even know what to call this, my alley bee honeycomb thing. Also, wow, my bow's about to break. Basically, okay, yeah, what I did is I gave one of the Allays an empty glass bottle because this one, basically there's an observer and every time it's like a bee goes in, it's like spits out glass bottles. So there's that part. And then occasionally it'll spit out a filled honey bottle. Yeah, anyways, so that's that. The Allays have been hard at work. They have been filling it in, and they gave me actually enough honeycomb that I was able to refill in that and like fix up these, which I had harvested for the outside of my for my portal, if you remember last episode. What I'm gonna do next is the redstone for that side. So how this works, and let me show it to you. It's just a refresher on Allay mechanics because it's been a while since the Allays have come out. But just a little refresher here. So there's this little redstone clock here that will occasionally do that, and that kind of keeps the Allays like attached, anchored to here. And so whenever they pick something up, they drop it on top of the note block, which I put mud blocks on top of these, so it kind of goes into this general area. And then the item is picked up by the minecart, like it goes into there, picked up by the minecart. And then there's these hoppers, and so it goes over and deposits it. It's not super efficient, but at the same time, it's not like a crazy high-powered farm or anything, so I'm not really that worried about it. Like, it's at a really good rate, actually. Like, to be honest, this is a lot faster than I expected. Some items do occasionally get stuck in between here, but that's not a massive deal. Yeah, so what I need to do is I need to essentially take this like redstone and then mirror it on this side and have the Allays in here pick up those flowers and stuff. A lot of my last recording was spent just like watching them because it is such a whimsical and magical place. You know, I have these lovely little fairies and all these flowers and the bees, and it's so nice. And this little toot, I mean, it does get annoying after a while, but that's the sound I picked and I felt like it fit the vibe. So we're gonna go and do the same thing on this side. I have officially completed the farm portion of this build. I was able to get the Allays to cooperate, which was not hard. This one I had already figured out, obviously. And I love this, just the whimsy of these lovely bees, you know, doing their thing. It's very efficient, I will say. I did not realize just how many honeycombs I was missing when I was, like, just running around and grabbing it. Like, I've gotten so much honeycomb from this. Anyways, I also did this for this area with the sniffers. They very rarely will go digging and throw up a flower, and 2 of them do the torch flowers, and the other 2 do... Which one is this? The pitcher plant. You guys gonna do a sniff for me? To demonstrate to the viewers how the Allays are working. Oh, never mind. I was able to duplicate, well, not duplicate, like mirror? Do the same thing. Anyway. Make this side look the same as this side. So yeah, it's fully automatic in that sense. I did make a tunnel connecting them just for make it easier for me. Okay, super random. Apparently just got the whoa. You got a friend in me advancement. Have an ally deliver items to you. I was just coming here because for some reason they keep coming to me. Like, see, if I stand here, they're all grouping towards me. These guys, these ones aren't. These ones seem to be fine, but for some reason these ones are just, yeah, like a couple of these are just completely attached to me, and so it gave me this. I kept trying to give it to me, and it gave it to me. So that was weird. I'm guessing, I don't see any particles, so I'm guessing that their little thingy must have turned off somehow. Yeah, this turned off. I don't know why it's turned off though. Yeah, see, they keep instead. You're not supposed to give it to me, buddy. Okay, well, I have no idea why it turned off. It's very strange. Hopefully it won't do that again. This is a much slower farm because I only have 2 sniffers. If I put more in, I'm sure that will increase the rate. But yeah, I'm really... Oop, there we go. We saw that. I don't know. I'm very happy with this. The only thing that needs to be completed is the honey blocks here. But that's just... I just have to wait for them to... It's not the fastest at producing the honey bottles. It takes a minute. But I'm very happy with the design. I'm very happy with the Allays. I think it looks very, very whimsical to have these tiny little ghosts. Colorful, bright little ghosts or fairies, you know, floating around in the flowers and amongst the bees. And it's also nice not having to worry about, you know, honeycombs or these torch flowers or the pitcher plants, you know, despawning, because they are grabbing it for me. So it's really nice. I'm very happy with it. I'm also happy that I ended up getting a Vex trim. That was one of my goals going into the mansion, and I'm really glad that I was able to find at least one. Maybe there's a chest I missed somewhere or like a secret room, I don't know. But I got everything that I thought I could get. So yeah, that's my mansion video and my bees and bygones. build. I hope you enjoyed it, and perhaps consider a subscription or a like or a comment so that you can be featured in my little comment book. Anyways, that's it. Peace.